Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Authentic Conversations. We're back. We've been gone, but we're back
Back.
mid-year.
I don't know. It's the 6 month the 6 month reemergence, I guess. So
6 months check-in. How are we?
halfway, the year is halfway over. Like we're almost 2/3 of the way through June, and June is halfway through the year. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Kind of cool. Kind of cool. What'd you get accomplished in 2024 so far?
I've accomplished on learning new things about myself, multitasking. Just came back from touring in New York City and learning how much I love it.
Finding your alignment. and then and then having to leave it to go back to your self-inflicted suffering. Finding your alignment. So what does that mean? Finding your alignment.
And I think, finding the alignment and self-inflicting, loving the fact that you find your alignment and how you can create your universe, because I'm blessed to have the ability to leave work, almost getting paid twice because I'm getting paid for my vacation time, and I have the time to take off to go do something that I love, and now is adjusting to figure out how can I do this thing that I love more than what
That's
I'm doing.
right. Or how can I incorporate what I love? How can I find better alignment in what I'm doing because I know now what aligns me, right? So the suffering is absolutely necessary because we don't know we're aligned if we don't know what it feels like to be misaligned. You know what I mean? If we think that feeling misaligned, right? Like feeling stuck or unhappy or miserable or whatever that means, like Groundhog Day kind of, if we're stuck in that and we think that's all there is, then we don't know any better until we come across something that ignites us, that inspires us, that fires us up, that makes us feel alive. And then once we find that, right, we needed the
Discomfort.
contrast, right? We needed the contrast in order to make moves. You need discomfort to make moves. You need to have sensation, and sometimes that sensation is uncomfortable, but we don't move when we're too comfortable. So you find something you love, and then how do you incorporate little bits of that into your everyday life until you can turn your life into that?
So this brings me up to the subject that you just talked about in yoga today, self-soothing.
Mm.
Can we just talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, sure. So self-soothing is the first thing babies learn to do, right? So as an infant, the first thing that you learn is you're not always going to have the comfort of your mother or your caregiver, because that caregiver has other responsibilities. So in the beginning, you're totally the center of the world. But then, as life starts to return back to its sense of normalcy, the infant needs to learn how to self-soothe. And sometimes we steal that from them by, kind of over-soothing or not encouraging self-soothing, because it's a skill. And it's a skill that's learned over time. And it's the same kind of skill, like if you're playing in a competitive basketball game and things don't go as you planned. In order to move on to the next play, you have to learn how to quickly soothe that, right? Put that Band-Aid on it. Put a cap on it for later. Just it's like you have to learn how to take care of yourself when you feel um dysregulated.
So we learn this at a younger stage, and we just don't realize that we're self-soothing with things that are not aligning with us. So then we are in
Oh, so now we're talking about people who self-soothe with medication or alcohol or even self-soothing with unrealistic type thinking or, thinking that is, that's not aligned with your truth, right? So
Right.
yeah, we choose. So self-soothing doesn't require anything from the outside. So addiction requires things from the outside to attempt to fill a void inside. Self-soothing requires knowing that you have everything you need. And sometimes you have to sit in the discomfort in order for it to soothe. So think about when the mosquito first bites or when the bee first stings, right? It hurts. It hurts. It's like fire. And then it transitions to like itch, right? So it goes from a pain to a sensation, right? And then it dissipates, right? So the body knows how to, right, get angry at the impact, transition it to an awareness, and then allow it to become, healed, soothed, soothed. So no real amount of ointment that you put on it is going to speed the
Process.
healing. It's, the emotional part is I'm doing something about it, but the reality is we have to, we're going to feel it.
And sometimes we have a scar from it.
And sometimes it leaves a little mark. So it always leaves a little mark or an impression, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes it leaves a visible mark or impression. Other times it leaves an invisible mark or impression. So the next time you see a bee, you know what they're capable of doing. So maybe you're a little more cautious, or maybe you change your path, or maybe you do something different, right? Or maybe you change the relationship with that bee because that bee is not the same bee that stung you. And you move past it.
So we are 6 months into this year, guys, where you've been dodging bees or recognizing what worked or those beautiful goals that you set at the beginning of the new year
Your
and
intentions,
your
your inten-
intention. Yeah. And for some, and so you're looking back because it's summertime now. You got everybody figuring out, did I do the workout that I said I was going to do? and 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 self-soothe. How do you self-soothe yourself when you realize that the things that you said you were going to do maybe have not been done or you haven't reached them? How do you self-soothe yourself
well,
to
I think
not beat
first,
yourself?
yeah, not beat yourself up. I mean, judgment, right? Judgment is
Right.
the and
That's
is
the first thing we're going to do.
yeah, it's the anti to mindfulness, right? It's judgment. So I think the first thing you have to realize is that every experience you had has taught you something, educated you, changed you in some way, shape, or form, right? So and this is why we don't set outcome goals. Because here we are, 6 months in, right? Did I lose that 20 pounds? Did I lose that 20 pounds? Nope, nope. So now I'm a failure, right? now I'm terrible. I may as well just eat myself through. I'm going to soothe with food. Oh, wait. If it comes from the outside, it's an addiction of sorts. Okay. So, right. You set not outcome based. Did you change your relationship with food? Have you shifted some of the things that you were doing before? Are you not doing them now? Have you changed your relationship with exercise? Are you noticing how are you feeling versus how are you weighing? I
Hmm.
think everything comes in increments, right? Everything is gradual. Success is successional. It's in steps. So are we paying attention to the nuances, the little growth things, You know, all the little pieces create the big version of ourselves. Those trillions of cells, we would not be this without all of those tiny little cells. And within those cells, there's all those things, right? So it's like we wouldn't be who we are without all of the little pieces. So what little noticings are you having? You know, what are you aware of? And then congratulate yourself. So gratitude is a nice way to soothe. You know, I'm grateful for what I have accomplished. I'm grateful for my awareness of what I haven't accomplished. I'm grateful for that. It's good to know that I can look and be objective in my measurement. So gratitude, breath work, relaxation, trusting the unfolding, knowing that timing is divine, being yourself, being okay with being yourself, right? Spending a little extra time resting, spending a little extra time moving, spending a little extra time doing something that feels good. Scheduling that in, you know, soothing.
I love it. I never thought of self-soothing with that part of being a child. I remember, where everyone talks about it. Your child is using their thumb to self-soothe. You got to take that habit off of them. These habits, it's habits, guys. It's also habits that we create, and
Right.
some of them are for us, and some of them are not. And we can break those habits, and we can, but they're not going to go right away. It's the more you repeat the habits, the more it becomes natural, like you brush your teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't
Now
think about it.
you're gonna do it. It's not you don't do your brushing your teeth at 9 o'clock on the dot. Oh, it's 9:01. I'm late, so now I'm gonna beat myself up because I didn't brush my teeth and I didn't. No, you wake up. You have a habit of drinking coffee or going, to the bathroom and brushing your teeth. How do you do that? What is your routine? It becomes so natural, and you don't beat yourself up because it doesn't have an alarm. And that's what we talk about with goals. We don't need to set these goals because the goals are going to beat ourselves up when we say, oh, I was supposed to be at this moment, this time, 35 years doing this.
Okay. So how would you have known, right? So over the course of 6 months, so if you set a goal in January, right? And now it's June, 6 months in, right? Did you have a crystal ball to see all of the things that could have interrupted or impeded or gotten in the way or shifted or changed? Because we know that everything is uncertain, right? So there's all this change. So you set a goal based on how things are in that moment, thinking that you're not okay if you don't reach it by X time, and you have no idea what's going to happen during those times. You know, life changes, people changes, job changes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great time to just sit back, take care of yourself.
Gratitude's a goal. Gratitude's a soothe. Gratitude's a soothe.
So let's soothe ourselves. How do we soothe ourselves in a healthy way and spring into this beautiful summer that's about to kick in? I'm excited.
Yeah, this is where growth happens, right? Growth happens when we're out and about and moving around and sweat releases toxins from the body. So a good sweat is good. Don't avoid the sweat, you know? Don't avoid the sweat. Even if it's just standing perspiration, you're helping your body. It's perspiration is a form of relief for your body. It's a release. Your body doesn't just do things for no reason, right?
But you
So feeling drawn towards something, move in that direction and explore it. Don't be afraid to explore things you haven't done before. Don't be afraid to try new things, because something you come across or someone you come across may be holding that candle that ignites your flame.
and don't be afraid to go back to things that you've done before. So if something keeps coming back,
Yeah.
look at it closely and say, why is this coming back? Why is this opportunity continues to come back?
Why am I still paying attention to this? Yeah.
Yeah. So we are excited to be back. Also, we've been taking a break on Authentic Conversations to explore life. Susan just had a beautiful retreat last Sunday. Can't
Right.
wait to hear that.
Mhm.
And we're just exploring. So we take sometimes, and the pause is where we can know where we were coming back to and come back stronger, or what do we let leave to rest? Because that's what we
That's
need.
right. What do we let go of? What, it's in the silence that it's in the quiet of the pause that we can hear ourselves. We can't hear ourselves in the chaos. So it's in the quiet of the pause that we begin to notice where our attention is going. What are we putting our energy towards? What is really important? And then taking care of ourselves. I mean, self-care, self-soothing is a part of that.
So thank you guys for always giving us love and support, sharing this around with others that you might think that they need to hear this. We love what we do, and we do miss you, and we're so happy to be back. So thank you.
See you soon.